From the crude cave paintings to the beautiful romanticism, to the strange surrealism, and even to today's modern fan art, history is filled with art. These art movements show the inner workings of the people living at the time. Out of the hundreds of art movements, I found one to be very interesting: Expressionism. The time was 1910, and people were depressed. After World War I started, those already depressed were hit with an even harder blow. Artists entered the war to inspire their art and had resented their decision, but they got what they wanted. Their depression had given them the realization that art should come from oneself, not their surroundings. They grabbed a brush and canvas and expressed themselves. Expressionism had grown popular in Germany. Since World War I hit Germany the hardest, the artists needed a new way to express themselves, and German Expressionism was born. German Expressionism distorted reality and was a mirror to the mental state of the artist. The Germans included expressionist themes into their literature, stage design, films, and even dance. German Expressionism was split into three different sub-movements: Die Brücke, or the bridge, Blue Reiter, or blue rider, and Rhenish Expressionism. Die Brücke, die as in the German version of the, not the English word for death. Anyway, Die Brücke was the first of the three sub-movements. It was named the bridge because the artist believed it was a bridge to the better future. Pretty conceited? I know. This art movement was created by Fritz Bleyl, Ernst Hetcher, Erich Heckel, and Karl Schmidt-Rottluff. Probably butchered their names, but whatever. These artists often mixed their own paint using petroleum as a paint thinner to allow more freedom in each paint stroke. Blue Rider was the second sub-movement. It was started by Wesley Kandinsky, Alexei Jawlensky, Marine von Wilfkin, and Vladimir von Beretikev. The name of the movement is thought to originate from the title of one of Kandinsky's paintings. These artists believed they should portray the world as it truly is, each person's individual truth. Since they believed this, they rather disliked the unrealism of Die Brückerian art. The Blue Riders contributed a lot to the world of art, and they even published an almanac filled with a vast amount of work. The last sub-movement was named the Rhenish Expressionists. The Rhenish Expressionists were started by August Macke, and their art displayed a gloomy political theme. Their main goal was to show how bad Germany was at the time. Although all Expressionist artists are talented, my favorite has to be Bacon. No, not that Bacon, I mean Francis Bacon. Bacon was an Irish painter who was born in 1909 in Dublin. He never went to art school, and in 1929 he moved to London. He became an interior designer. Although he had many paintings, he did not get famous until 1944, with his tapestry of the three studies for figures at the base of crucifixion. What I like about his paintings are that they have an eerie, creepy feeling to them. The rotten flesh and zombified people just show the state of mind that Bacon is in, as if he is on the brink of insanity. The gore in some bring out the horrors of his time. Expressionist paintings were breathtaking, but Expressionism outstretched the canvas. Expressionism was introduced into the big screen with films like Nosferatu, Metropolis, and The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Nosferatu was a silent film that was made in 1922, written by Henrik Galeen, based off Dracula, written by Bram Stoker, and directed by F.W. Morano. The film is about Jonathan Harker, a real estate agent who was sent to Transylvania to sell a home to Count Dracula. He is warned by the villagers that the Count is a vampire. He later laughs at the book they gave him named The Book of the Vampires. He sells the Count a home across from his, only to find out that the legends are true. People die one after another, thinking it's only a plague. Jonathan's wife finds the book and reads a passage saying, "Only a woman can break the frightful spell. A woman pure of heart will offer her blood freely to Nosferatu, and will keep the vampire by her side until the cock has crowed." While watching this film, I felt a little bored. But why was it? It was because of the modern ideology about vampire movies, that they're supposed to be gore fests, bloodbaths, or sparkly. After I wrapped that around my head, I enjoyed the movie, although the music was severely repetitive. Without this film, modern-day movies like Underworld, Daybreakers, or the horrid tragedy that is Twilight wouldn't exist. This movie has even been referred to in movies and cartoons. For example, this scene in SpongeBob.
If that was you on the phone and you on the bus, then who was flickering the lights? Nosferatu!
And even in a poster in The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Overall, this art movement has influenced art today. Without it, the world of art would not be the same. It inspires people's creative side and creates amazing paintings. This art form has many interesting facts and an infinite amount of art pieces. This is Expressionism.
Look at yourself when you were young. In Ponyville it did not belong. It was not what you have wanted. Made money by playing songs, but nobody wanted to sing along. You felt that your talent